Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and this is my review of 47 Ronin. So I was blessed to see the movie 47 Ronin last night with my oldest daughter, which is really kind of special because she doesn't normally go to action movies with me. But it was really nice. We had a really good time, really enjoyed it. My rating for this film is 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was excellent. I think the one, so I'm a huge fan of feudal Japanese history, and basically in college I became very interested in this subject, and I've continued to read about it. And also, of course, many of you might know I'm a tabletop role-playing game fan, so there's been a lot of influence in tabletop role-playing games for that as well. But I read about the Tokugawa era and Hida and just all the different areas of Japan. And of course, the reason why is the samurai and the daimyo and daimyos and the shogun and it's a really fascinating part of Japanese history. And so this movie is all about feudal Japanese history. It has a supernatural element in it, which I thought fairly well captured the supernatural aspects from a Japanese perspective. So there is an elephant in the room. There's a kind of an elephant in the room with this film, and that is Keanu Reeves in it. So there's two problems with Keanu Reeves. One, I don't have any problem with Keanu Reeves. I think he's great. I liked all his movies, pretty much, even The Lake House. I really enjoyed the Matrix series, and then I really enjoyed Speed, and I'm a big fan of Keanu Reeves. From the very first, I'm a big fan of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and Bill and Ted's Bogus Adventure. So I have no problem with Keanu Reeves, but I know a lot of people do. They don't think he acts well, things like that. So the reason why I like him, I don't think he's a tremendous actor. My favorite actor is Ed Norton. I don't think he's an incredible actor. I think he's a good actor. But I don't think he's one of the best actors out there. But I like him because I'm a fan. I see about 25 movies a year in theaters. So I like to take my money. I'm blessed to have enough money to go to the movies. And I like to go, and I think American cinema is one of the best things in the world. I just love it. I just really like to go and sit in a movie and just really enjoy American cinema. And so the reason why I like Keanu Reeves is I think he's an American actor, a great American actor, and has forwarded American cinema, right? So I'm a fan of American blockbusters, right? So, and also, as you can tell, I'm a fan of America, and that's one of the reasons why I like film. I think, American blockbusters are just super American. They're just loud and boisterous and big, and they make tons of money, and just all the cool things about America. And so, things that other people think are kind of problematic, I think is one of the most beautiful things about this country is just, we're a little outrageous and a little rowdy, and I think Keanu Reeves movies are that way, and this movie was pretty much like that, right? So there's an issue here, though. This is a movie about feudal Japanese history and culture, right? So what is a white guy doing in the middle of this? What is he doing as the centerpiece of this film? And so that's really problematic, and I understand why. I definitely understand. Now, people are like, I don't like that. I get why you don't like it. It is something that you kind of have to get past to understand, to really enjoy the film. And the reason I think it is basically this is a Hollywood blockbuster, right? So this movie probably cost $125 million to make, somewhere in there. And that's just a guess, but this is no low budget film. This is high, this is a fairly high budget movie. And so that means, you're going to need to recoup that money, right? And that means you need an American film star, an established American film star. And Keanu Reeves has $100 million films. He's an established American film star. And so this movie would not, if you tried to do the same movie with all Japanese actors, it would not fly in America. It would not make its money back. So I think Keanu Reeves is in this movie so the movie can be made. And so I would rather have this movie with Keanu Reeves in it than not have the film. And, so once you get past the fact that, it's a Japanese, film about Japanese history and Japanese culture with a white guy right in the middle of it, that's problematic. I get that. But the movie wouldn't exist without him. And so, I think that's the reality, and I think he put a lot of time and effort to make this come forward. I think he was excited about the project. You could really see it, and I think it's just fantastic. I really enjoyed the film. So one of the things I loved about this film is one of the words I would attach to it is just beautiful. The setting is beautiful. You get to see Japan, in the way it looks, with the cherry blossoms and the super cool, fortresses and the armor and the horses and just it is amazing, and also samurai culture and court culture. So all these things, the set pieces are incredible. The clothing is really just beautiful, wonderful, right? And then also it has that thing that I really like about Japanese culture is subtlety. Like there's a lot of subtlety in the film, and I really enjoyed that. It was really something. It was a great film. I really enjoyed it. So it really is, if you're a fan of feudal Japanese history, if you're a fan of martial arts films, it's a great film to go see. If you like action films, it's a great action film, right? So it's all these things. And it has the supernatural elements are pretty neat, and they're not too overt, right? They go with the Japanese idea of supernatural elements. So there's oni and the dragon is an Eastern style dragon. Sorry, oh yeah, and I really haven't done any spoilers at this point. I'm gonna have a spoiler slash, and so it was really amazing. I really enjoyed the film, and I highly encourage anybody to go see it. And so this is the spoiler cut. So everything after this point is going to be spoiler. So this is an incredible film, and the ending is like wow, right? So in the end, this movie's called 47 Ronin, and 46 Ronin die at the end. They all perform seppuku, which is crazy, right? So this is very, I think Keanu Reeves and all the people attached to this film really kind of get Japanese culture, because you couldn't do this in an American movie. Have 46 heroes die and one dude survives at the end for having saved the princess, literally saved the princess, and then they die. So that to me is awesome. And one of the things I really loved about this film is it really got into samurai culture. And being kind of an American, and I'll admit sometimes a shallow American, I really like wakizashi, katana. That's the cool part of samurai. Bushido. But this showed some of the harsh realities of being a samurai. What do you do when your shogun does things you don't like? What do you do when being bound to your daimyo makes you do things you do not want to do? And then also to the point of dishonor means suicide, and so these are harsh realities of the samurai reality, and so I thought that this movie did a beautiful job of depicting it. It looks like it's based on a historical event, right? And so one of the things is I'm very excited to continue to learn more about samurai culture and Japanese culture, spurred by this film to go read more and learn more. So it's just a wonderful film, and I really encourage anybody to see it. And again, it was a real blessing to get to see it with my daughter. I don't get to see many action movies with her, so it was nice of her to go with her dad and just enjoy a good old fashioned action movie. And so if you're a fan of action movies or any of those other sub areas that I talked about, check this out. It's a great movie.